Hello, guys. Welcome on the joint Standard Protocol and Shiden Network Crowdcast. I'm Jimmy. I'm a community manager from Standard Protocol, and I'm also ambassador for Shiden Network and Astar Network. And we have Hyung-Sung Kang with us today, who is developer for Astar Network and also CTO of Standard Protocol. So welcome, Hyung-Sung.
Hey, it's really nice to meet you guys. How about we go through some agendas for this crowdcast?
Yeah, we'll go with the agenda, and I'll just welcome also our guest on the chat. Just let me do this. Okay. I would just like to tell our audience that you are able to ask the questions in a question section. So we'll try to answer all of the questions in the end. So yeah, so let's start. Let's start with our agenda for today. So this will look like that. We'll tell you about Shiden, the standard protocol, introduce both projects, tell you a little bit more about collaboration roadmap, why we choose Shiden for standard, and what problems or what utilities standard is bringing to Shiden, and how we bring value to the ecosystem. Then we will show you some features of our DEX and speak about our DEX launch on Shiden, and also latest yesterday launch on Ethereum. I will ask Hyung-Suk about updates in the dividend pool we made from the start, and then in the end I will show you some DEX usage and DEX futures and revenue generation opportunities for Shiden and standard users. So are you ready, Hyung-Suk?
Yep.
Okay, let's go with our introduction. So yeah, can you tell a little bit more to our audience about why Standard Protocol chose Shiden at their home and your home for the launch, and a little bit more about Standard, and maybe what is collateralized rebasable stablecoin, to give some lights for our audience about that.
So the reason why we chose Shiden is that it is truly I think it's truly focused on for dApp development, because Astar only now has these dApp staking programs so that dApp developers can have the share of the network reward, so that they can make not only network safe but also valuable by just providing those dApps for usable cases for those DeFi users or just NFT, um, pretty much buyers or something. So other than that, Astar and Shiden has distributed like most of the circulating supply, so that it can't be like those newly coming developers can actually develop their dApps pretty much easily due to its widespread supply of Shiden token, and pretty much set it up quickly with the Polkadot's XCMP module to be integrated, and also the block timing, block finalization. So we chose this, and also we expect to test out all the other new features, which Shiden and Asta will bring, and Standard will be like the first test bed to venture through Shiden and Asta the roadmap. So
Okay,
so yeah.
thanks for that.
Yep.
Thanks for that. And then, yeah, really, Shiden has distributed all of the supply mostly to the users, to the lock drop participants, and for the crowd loan users. So it's really nice way to start with the Shiden, and of course, as a Kusama parachain, this gives us exposure to Kusama parachain projects and ecosystem also. And if we mention that Standard is rebaseable, collateralized rebaseable stablecoin protocol for synthetic assets, as our users can see on the slideshow, can you tell our users a little bit more what collateralized rebaseable means?
So I think what we're trying to innovate here is that back then MakerDAO provided like a first general idea of stablecoin using Ethereum, but as times passed, we're now actually having a paradigm where proof of work network is now switching into proof of stake network. Nowadays, as Gavin said, proof of work is actually proof of waste. It just consumes so much energy and also actually does not provide capital efficiency when it comes to collateralizing ETH to generate the stablecoin from DAI. So what we're trying to innovate here is that we not only fully maximize the use cases of blockchain runtime, which is now faster than proof of work. We try to bring the CRS where people can collateralize the stablecoin and then it is algorithmically controlled by a rebase mechanism so that those reserve currency is not unlike those reserve currencies, it is managed fully automated by this decentralized network in the blockchain, and also it achieves the inverse panopticon social dynamics to manage the protocol. So that's pretty much CRS is all about. New stablecoin design that can innovate and provide new paradigm from proof of work to proof of stake.
Great. And then can you tell how the stablecoin will be priced? Will you use some oracles for that?
Yes, so we use Oracle for doing it. So in case of smart contracts, we try to collaborate with those multiple Oracle providers in a decentralized way. So one of the providers is Parsec and Daya.
DIA, yeah.
We use their clients to run our Oracle client called Lumen, which is on a development, so that those oracles does not actually end up just like a shared signature, multi-signature wallet, which was a problem of the Chainlink. So, I mean, Chainlink is actually quite decentralized, but it does not provide the barrier. It does not provide the open structure where anyone can be the validator to provide an Oracle service. But Standard is trying to change that by collaborating with those multiple partners and the trustless client to provide Oracle data to the blockchain.
Great. So this will be very nice design, and then I hope that will be able to meet again to present all of those features and all of this design to our audience later on when we will be getting closer to the stablecoin launch on Shiden network, right?
Yep. Shiden
Cool.
network will be the pretty much the test bed as it is called as Canary Chain. So yeah.
Cool, great. So I think that we can present our guest what we what we already done on Shiden. So our first step was we were standard was approved as in the dub staking program and build to earn program. So Standard launched the dub staking on Shiden, where users can lock and stake their Shiden tokens on different dApps and also on Standard Protocol dApps and receive rewards from block rewards. We launched our DEX on Shiden like around 1 month ago, and with unique features of dividend pools, which we will show later on when we will present our DEX showcase. And as we mentioned already, The next step will be for Shiden network will be launch of Meter stablecoin as first native stablecoin on Shiden network, right?
Yep, our first Meter token, so-called stablecoin, will start with US dollar, as it is most widely known for pegging as like a stable currency, and it will be called USM, Meter USD, and it will be available on Shiden network in December. Right now, contract is now being done and it is now being audited, but UI side is not done yet, so we're kind of pushing those UI developers to finish up the first stablecoin, uh, finish the CRS and Shiden network.
Cool. So so this will be the first opportunity to collateralize assets and mint stablecoin on Shiden network as first native stablecoin on not on Kusama network, because we have KUSD now on Karura, but yeah, but will be the first native stablecoin for Shiden for
Oh yeah,
sure.
but like a one alpha. So I think KUSD it's just collateralized KSM and then generate the stablecoin. But we're trying to pretty much change the landscape of stablecoin. So back then, stablecoin was just about just borrowing the stablecoin and just paying back with the interest rate. But we're trying to use DApp staking from Shiden to actually have a yield bearing stablecoin by just having access to the POS network with the collateralization of the users. So I think this will be on a post in a Astar and Shiden forum soon, so that people can review our research.
Great. So a lot of exciting things to come from standard and on Shiden protocol, and a lot of opportunities to generate revenue for Shiden holders and also for standard holders. And yes, as you mentioned in some previous AMAs, you aim to be to make standard as a multi-chain protocol and multi-chain stablecoin, and also to be the widest used stablecoin in the Polkadot ecosystem, right?
Yes, so we're pretty much going to be everywhere. Um, so the goal of this is that we're trying to provide decentralized, interoperable stable currency that is shared in all kind of networks. We're gonna start by like being a multi-chain in infrastructure, and then we're gonna be used in other dApps such as metaverses, gamify, or the other play to earn games. So one of the potential things that we're trying to use is that every game, without like thinking of CFI or DeFi, there's always this kind of like a mechanisms where an item is needed to get some rare items and stuff in game. But in real world, people actually buy those things with money, but it's quite not available in blockchain network right now. So that's what we're trying to bring here. We're trying to bring a community marketplace where real players can sell those game items in a stable coin that can persist their value and then pretty much migrate their wealth from one game to another.
Great. So can we say that the standard is truly the first protocol in Polkadot ecosystem which is focused on revenue generation opportunities for the users?
Yes, and that's actually true. Right now, let's go to the dividend sections to describe how those revenues are
Yeah.
generated. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have so as we said, we launched the standard DEX on the Shiden network like a month ago, and you can see the link, the address of the website is apps.standard.tech, and Shiden DEX was launched like a month ago, around or some 3 weeks ago, and we are happy to say that today. Shiden DEX reach out 1 million of total value locked. So this is a first big step for us. And recently we launched our DEX on Ethereum also. So standard is literally bridging Polkadot on Shiden and the Kusama network to Ethereum through bridges and through their DEX. So can you tell our audience why you already said that why we started on Shiden, but why we moved to Ethereum now?
So our general biggest goal is to become as I told you, a decentralized interoperable stable currency. But the reason why we're launching on Ethereum is that as Polkadot parachains list on to take a slot in Polkadot, they're gonna start breaking walled gardens as Polkadot said in like 5 years ago. But to do that, I think we need to help out those tokens to newcomers in DeFi because they all usually start from Ethereum. And most of the YouTube contents, social medias, influencers talk about Ethereum ecosystem uh, so that newbies are pretty much staying in there without knowing that they're wasting so many gas fees to, you know, just to
Yeah,
find
I was trying to add liquidity on Ethereum before we start our start our crowdcast, and it was like yeah, $300 to add liquidity to Uniswap V3 pair, and yeah, with Shiden on with standard DEX on Shiden, those fees are like I don't know $0.02 for the transaction. So yeah, so you are literally allowing users who, as you said, come from Ethereum mostly, Ethereum DeFi, to scale to Shiden and to Polkadot ecosystem, and to start staking and farming almost feeless, right?
Yes, so this is why we're different from other decks. Other decks is focused on this or what I say, unverified opportunities on Ethereum right now. Like, have you ever had a profit on Uniswap these days, like or Sushi? Like, it doesn't make sense, right? But what we provide is that in our decks, we provide those newly coming Polkadot parachain tokens to get it from Ethereum so that those people who are pretty much tied their wealth in Ethereum can actually have a chance to move to Polkadot. Now we have Shiden, so people from Ethereum can actually trade in Shiden and then enjoy this feeless transactions in Shiden right now. You can find it out on Shiden's dash fees.wtf. From there, I only submitted like 146 transactions while building this app, and then just got like 0.0049 It's pretty amazing. So we would use this DEX to introduce other Polkadot or Kusama parachain features so that people can eventually enlighten themselves from Ethereum to move to Polkadot.
So, does it mean that you are gonna bring and gonna bridge other tokens from Polkadot ecosystem to standard DEX? For example, I don't know, lead entry, whatever, mover, and stuff like that.
Yep, we're now talking with Lieutenant Ray right now, and also definitely Astar, and pretty much the other Polkadot parachain partners like Akala, maybe.
Great. So this will be a really great start for the users uh, to get familiar with the Polkadot tokens and to get exposure to Polkadot ecosystem tokens through standard DEX. And I would also like to underline one thing that maybe if when we launched on Ethereum, we also allowing Shiden users just to like to utilize and to use Shiden version on Ethereum also in other DeFi solutions, right? Which are on Ethereum right now.
Sure, yeah, we can pretty much do anything, right? We even like layer two, such as Metis.
Yeah, but what is also the nice thing which differentiate standard from other dexes that We operate mostly, as you said, we'll be operating on multi-chain, so the users have option to scale their assets and to have arbitrage opportunities on other networks when the standard DEX will be available, for example, on the Shiden, Ethereum, and later on Polygon, and other networks which we cannot say for now, but but we're working on other connections. So yeah, this makes really standard DEX really unique with those multi-chain EVM bridges and connections.
Yep.
Cool. And then can you say a little bit more about liquidity mining program as a service for to add out to our audience, which you mentioned in the deck?
So I think there's a lot of block parachains that will come to a Polkadot, but they can't really find like a DEX that can provide those liquidity for their own ecosystem. So we're trying to be the center of their exchanges when it comes to trading their network tokens, so that people can have more, I don't know, like better access on those what assets are pretty hottest in the network. Because in our trade UI, we not only provide just swapping interface, we provide this aggregated data through the top volume and the top gains and top underappreciated assets in the trade menu, so that people can pick those assets in each network to find it out which one is pretty much good for liquidity mining and which one is good to buy for maximum gains. So we're pretty much doing that to other networks right now. So
Great. And can you give some alpha to our users? Where will we direct next? What networks are you going to connect, or just
well,
maybe some
we're
alpha,
going for
one or two?
well, we're going for an Astar definitely. So I would recommend buying some bags for Astar for stake liquidity mining. And yeah, and more things to come with stable coins. So get prepared by buying Astar and Shiden. Yeah.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, the more things will come with the stablecoin. Will this be possible for Shiden users to collateralize Shiden tokens on for minting USM stablecoin?
Yep. And we're gonna make it yield bearing. So get prepared for the new vault design. So our initial vault design will enable leverage trading through generating a stablecoin at first, and then start doing liquidity mining. But then we're gonna introduce something called V2, other types of vault to generate stablecoin through yield bearing process using dApp staking or crowd staking. Yeah.
Okay, and then you said something about our upgrades to the dividend pool. So can you say a little bit more about the latest update and about the standard introduction in our ecosystem?
So yeah, we had a snapshot vote about how to distribute fees to the holders in the network. So one of the newest designs that we considered was that to build a D standard dividend token, because we tried to distribute all these like LP tokens from our dexes to the users, but the users did not know how to really use that, and often those values has become fragmented so that it does not add value to any assets available in the DeFi ecosystem. So what we have come up with that is to trade LPs, remove those liquid, remove those fees, and then use those fees to buy back standard and use portion of it to burn it, or use those portions to add it on a D standard pool, so that those people who stake standard can actually take more by burning D standard in the dividend pool. So I using this, the user interface has become really simple, and yeah, basically our memory complexity just increased, like just decreased to um, 0.1, I think. So that's pretty much the progress that we had through, of course, the building through the standard in the snapshot.
Okay, so if so, to get this standard, which will be accruing rewards from protocol fees from DEX fees, users just have to bond their STND to the dividend pool, right?
Yep, users just needs to bond STND and then just wait until standards is staked in that dividend pool. And yeah,
Cool.
you don't
And
need to do anything for those LP like tokens right now.
okay, so for example, for the Shiden ecosystem user, when we has when he she has Shiden tokens, what exactly can how can he utilize the Shiden tokens on our DEX? Can he just, like, for example, add liquidity on Shiden pairs, then stake the liquidity tokens, earn standard as a rewards, and, for example, use the standard to buy other Polkadot ecosystem tokens, which will be brought to standard DEX. It can also He can also bond the rewarded standard for in the dividend pool to accrue more rewards. So this is like a very complex ecosystem there.
So for the new coming DeFi Ethereum users, I would recommend buying Shiden through a standard and then use that token, use Shiden to move from Ethereum to Shiden through any swap bridge or Ethereum bridge that Astar is working on. And after that, moving to a Shiden, we're trying to plan to provide faucet so that people can turn those wrap Shiden from those bridges into a network currency so that they can use it for dApp staking or the other dApps for using it. So that's the plan what we have for newly coming Ethereum users, or for just yield farmers. They can provide liquidity to our dexes and get standard and then just stake it there so that we can give back those fees through standard and then you get profit. Yeah.
Yeah, and they also mentioned something about that you will combine the dividend pool rewards with the portion of the rewards standard is getting from dApp staking, from when the users stake their Shiden tokens on standard dApps.
I'm sorry, what do you say?
Uh, I was asking because you mentioned something about that users who stake on the standard dApps on Shiden network will get some additional rewards, additional portion of rewards, which is coming from standard protocol dApps rewards. So you, like, share the rewards the standard protocol is getting from dApp staking with the users who bought standard.
Sure. We're trying to bring extra reward to those like these standard burns. So I think we're gonna pretty much see a Shiden distributions from the dApp staking using the standard.
Cool. And then uh, with this standard, for example, I assume that this standard is chain specific, and this standard on Shiden network will accrue the fees in regards to the Shiden to the DEX Shiden DEX total value locked and trading value. And, for example, this standard on Ethereum DEX will accrue the fees from Ethereum version of protocol.
So yeah, we have bunch up to the standard right now, but we're trying to operate as like a same token in the multi-chain ecosystem. So you stake standard and then get the standard and then let it accrue those standard with the interest APY, and then you can. We're planning to diversify the use cases of these standards, such as uh, bipedaling growth program with Shiden, such as from the dApp stakings. For example, if people stake these standard, they can get the Shiden the to the pro rata of the dApp staking distribution, or provide the standard to our launch pool in research and then get the newest token without losing their fund through the like an IDO or ICO. So that's pretty much the design we have. And yeah, the standard in Ethereum and Shiden is pretty much the same. Yeah.
Cool, but does it accrue rewards? For example, if we have more trading volume and total value locked on Ethereum version of standard DEX, then, for example, the standard will accrue more rewards on Ethereum network than on Shiden network.
Yep. So I think that's the fun that people can have for the D standard. So D standard users can actually choose which network has the most volume and then choose to have like a multiple strategy to stake those D standard in each multi-chain network. So I
So,
think in this multi-chain ecosystem, it will be pretty much interesting to how users can expect to use their D standard in our newest features in our protocol. So in
So, for
Ethereum,
example, like you can say that the standard will give some kind of arbitrage opportunities on different chains and on different network. I don't know, transaction fees, total value locked, and this is some kind of game theory which standard is in fact delivering with the standard, like arbitrage opportunities and stuff like that.
yes. So standard will be the entrance for the multi-chain newest features testing through D standard, and D standard will be the token to test out new features. Yeah.
Great. So really, this is really something unique, and then what differentiate also standard DEX from the other DEXs, which stick mostly to the one chain, and then they have exposure only on one chain, and the standard gives in fact the exposure of on all the chains and on the networks which will be operating multi-chain, right?
Yep.
Great. So, can you give some more info about Shiden Pool on Ethereum network, which was already added, and I can show our users what opportunities they will have on our DEX.
Sure. I think you can show that the demo right now.
Yeah, so I hope that everyone is seeing my screen share. So as you see, this is the DEX web page and you can change from Ethereum to Shiden with the newest Ethereum DEX launch and operating already on Shiden. So as you see, when you switch networks, it asks on the MetaMask to switch networks. And on the Shiden network version of DEX, the users of the Shiden holders and the standard holders have opportunities to swap and to buy all of those tokens like Shiden, stablecoins, GPYC, which is collateralized Japanese yen, also BNB and BUSD, ETH, USDT, and RAB BTC. Shiden users have also option to add liquidity to our pools, and as you see here, we have very nice farms launched with a nice API on Shiden, where, for example, when you add liquidity to those pairs, it really is almost feeless, which I will just show you. For example, we go to the pool section and add liquidity. So, for example, we have some Shiden tokens, we have some standard tokens. So we will add some standard and Shiden liquidity as just to show you what are the differences between using the DEX on Shiden and using the DEX on Ethereum, and what you can like what opportunities and what benefits you can have, the user can have by moving from Ethereum to Shiden with their stake. So for example, I will add I will add 5 Shiden and 20 standard. So as you can see, we have to confirm adding supply with standard. And
Oh, actually, the EVM quite has some problems in the Shiden right now. Is the
so we have to wrap the Shiden token, right?
Yep.
So just let me show this to our users. So they have to move to the trade section and just swap Shiden
Rep Shiden.
to wrap Shiden. So
Yep.
for example, we'll swap 5 Shiden to wrap Shiden. So you see we can wrap it, and just look at this. The fee, the estimated gas fee for the transaction is 0.00045 Shiden, which gives around, I think, $0.0001 for the transaction. So so we wrap, for users have to wrap Shiden, and just wait a little bit when the transaction confirms. User can see the information about pending transaction here. So it takes a little bit to confirm on Shiden network. It's done, so you can see it's really quick. So we have wrap Shiden. We add this to the pool. Wrap Shiden, and for example, standard. Where is the standard? It's here. So we have confirming adding liquidity and confirming supply. All engine is almost the same as users are familiar with other DEXs, like Uniswap and all others. So the mostly UI experience is mostly the same. So we add the liquidity with wrap Shiden and standard, just to wait a second until the transaction confirms, and then the user can go to the farming section, and after having the liquidity on Shiden network, a user can add to farming. As you can see, those APRs are quite nice, and I can say that they are stable because I'm staking on Shiden DEX from the very start, and this APR is not changing much. So so this is really nice nice revenue generation opportunities. So as you see, liquidity was added, so we can go to the wrapped Shiden and standard section of adding liquidity. You see we have wrapped Shiden and standard 9.9 pool tokens. So you just add
Staking.
staking. Yeah, add this to you see wallet balance. So you can post max here and put the stake button. It asks you to confirm in MetaMask. As you saw, the fee was also around $1.01. So it really almost feels as using and staking and using DeFi on standard DEX and Shiden network. So it's really beneficial when you compare to Ethereum network, which we will show you in a second what is the difference, and how to benefit this. So you see deposit it's done. We'll have actualization here. Our wallet balance is 0. Stake was added. So from now you will be user will be we will start to accrue rewards, and those will be visible in staking section in this part where you can harvest your accrued rewards from staking your LP tokens. And also for the benefits of the users, users have the option to go to analytics, where he is directed to our analytics page, when he can see the dividend, he can see the farm APIs to each farm, and all of those informations about quote reserve, base reserve, and what are the rewards for $1,000 value staked. So this is also something nice for add-on for our users. And when we go to the dividend pool, which we already mentioned, this looks like this, that user need to, as you can see, you have balance is, just let me maybe show this weather, and we have the balance of 80 standard, so you can add, for example, 10 standard to stake, confirm in MetaMask, and after transaction will be confirmed, your standard will start earning accruing rewards, underlying rewards from 3% generated from protocol fees. So, and also what is important, we also said that we are migrating the dividend pool to V2. So as per now, you on the Shiden network, changing the dividends is not visible due to the pool migration, but when you can see on the Ethereum, when we go to Ethereum version of the DEX, it needs user only to change network in MetaMask. You can see here now that the dividend pool, we launched the DEX like 1 day ago, and the opportunity to bond xSTND to get dividend standard, the standard, and it already shows that the rewards are accrued, and one D standard is not worth one standard as in the beginning, but the rewards are accrued, so so the value also changes. So so this is in regards of the dividend, how the users will be available to see their rewards. And as I said before, when you go to the pool, for example, on Ethereum, when you try to add liquidity, for example, on Ethereum, we have some standard here. We have some, for example, some Ethereum here, just to show our users what is the difference in using our standard DEX on Ethereum and using standard DEX on Shiden. And later on, I will show you guys how to move from Shiden, from Ethereum to Shiden, and to start staking almost feeless. So as you can see, approving standard ask us to pay $33 on Ethereum network, and as you saw before on Shiden, this fee was around $0.01. So this one thing shows what are the benefits, and then how user can benefit from moving from Ethereum DeFi to Shiden DeFi, to using DeFi on Shiden network. So you compare the fees. This is the one thing which should make you think to scale from Ethereum to Shiden. So I will not do this because I'm not want to get wrecked. So so as you see, the difference between Ethereum and Shiden staking and using DeFi is the fees, and also to allow users to experience our DEX and to benefit from all those opportunities we have, and the standard launched. As you can see on the farm section, we launched on Ethereum. We launched our pools, the farming pools, with stable coins and standard USDC and the shaded version. So user can farm with Shiden and can farm with stable coins. And what is a big advantage for the early bird user. As you can see, look at those high APRs on our launch and on our DEX, and you can just join all this farming and all those rewards with just one click when you can migrate your liquidity from Uniswap. This is a very unique function also on standard DEX. As you can see, you go to the migrate section. When you see you can migrate your Uniswap liquidity, just click on the non-hardware wallet if you are using, for example, MetaMask wallet, or click on the hardware wallet if you are using, for example, Ledger. But for this, I will show you. I'm using the MetaMask wallet. So as you can see, we click on the non-hardware wallet, and our liquidity, which we have on Uniswap V2, is fetched on the standard DEX. So it's visible that I have DAI and wrapped Ethereum liquidity on V2. So I just select. User has need to select the liquidity pair, do the max, or set how much he wants to migrate, how much liquidity he wants to migrate. Just click migrate, confirm in the MetaMask, and you see Ethereum fees are killing this. But when you do this once, when you can wait for at the nighttime, there are lower fees for sure on Ethereum network. So when you do this once, when you migrate your liquidity once to the Shiden version to the Ethereum DEX for standard, then you can easily move your assets from Ethereum to Shiden with Uniswap bridge, which we partner with, and yeah, you can easily move from Ethereum to Shiden, which I will just show you how to do this when you have Uniswap router and you got Ethereum mainnet selected, and for example, you want to move your assets like I have standard here on Ethereum network. User select the Shiden network on the other side on the router, and you put your balance standard token. As you can see, there is a Uniswap fee, which is minimum cross-chain fees 7 standard. So the fee is applied. You just swap 100 standard. We just swap 100 standard to Shiden network. And as you can see, this is what we talk about. The Ethereum fees are like the most pain on the DeFi ecosystem now. As you can see, $300 for just moving or for just doing one transaction. So for the users who stay with DeFi on Ethereum, I think that this will be getting worse for some time when we have big volatility on the market. So when you are able to catch the low fee window, you can just move the assets from Ethereum network to Shiden and then experience all of the staking and all of the DeFi on Shiden network feeless. And you can, in fact, use standard when you come from Ethereum. You can buy standard with all the Ethereum tokens, which all of the users nominally use on Ethereum DeFi. You can buy standard. Then the router will be the route will be like move standard on Uniswap bridge to Shiden network and buy any tokens from Polkadot ecosystem with standard, for example, or do this other way for Shiden token holders to scale from Shiden network to Ethereum to be able to use Shiden tokens on Ethereum DeFi solutions. So basically, a lot of opportunities, as you can see, for our users on both Ethereum and the Shiden network version of standard DEX. A lot of revenue generation opportunities. As you can see, also, I think I can share with our users also this. I will switch to Shiden network for that. And what I wanted to show our users is arbitrage options, which will be available. I saw this on.
Oh, you need to go to a trade and then click the asset that you want to trade
Yeah,
to, and then find the asset to swap from. So go to select, just choose Ethereum, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
then you can find it out. Yeah.
yeah, and you can see here, this is very nice option also, which standard is providing and which is not available on other DEXs. The arbitrage opportunities, as you can see, standard protocol spots arbitrage opportunities for the users from DEX to CEX, where you can buy on standard DEX and sell on CEX, and from CEX to DEX, where you can buy on CEX and sell on standard DEX. And our UI is showing this percentage opportunities, and you can just switch here to show what opportunities you have on the arbitrage. So when we will connect other networks, I think that there will be a lot more opportunities for users to do the arbitrage, and
Yeah.
also a
So
lot of
one comment to add is that
yeah.
we're using a stablecoin liquidations to be placed in the DEX. So you're going to see a lot of arbitrage opportunities where people can swap their stablecoin to their liquidated collaterals from the DEX and then sell it in the centralized exchanges. Because not only our DEXs operate to provide fair, I don't know, like a decentralized swaps, like which is not managed by us, but also we provide this decentralized opportunity where people can get access to the liquidations to have to buy assets cheaper than this market price and then sell it to the other markets. So this is why we have this arbitrage indicator, which is pretty much key component to our DEX, and then the differences that we're trying to bring in this blockchain overall ecosystem.
So will this be possible for users to, for example, buy discounted assets from stable collateralization on standard DEX?
So when the stable coin comes and people, I'm sorry to say, but people get their liquidated, their collaterals, but they still have a chance to get it through without like blocking any access. So if you feel that your asset's going to liquidate, you can just stay in the swap pool and then just wait for your pair for the liquidations to be liquidated, and then swap it again with the liquidated stable coins. So yeah, stablecoin not only has this chance of accessing this liquidated assets, but also has this arbitrage opportunity overall.
So users will be able to benefit from bearish and bullish market with standard stablecoin.
Yes, in bullish markets, people can leverage trade by collateralizing those uh, assets to generate stablecoin to trade more. And even though you get liquidated, you still have chance to get it from the DEX because we don't manage those stuff. We do not lead to a plutocracy where only those maker token holders can access to those liquidated asset. We just bring them to right back to the community so that anyone can be winner in pretty much bullish and bearish trend.
Great. So just to summarize, the revenue generation options which standard will there is delivering and will deliver. There will be like arbitrage opportunities on liquidated collaterals. There will be arbitrage opportunities on CEX and DEXs trading. There will be some kind of arbitrage opportunities with the standard on different networks.
Yep.
We will have opportunities for users who stake their Shiden tokens on standard dApps to accrue more rewards from standard DEX.
Yes, so in stablecoin, there's a unavoidable problem to maintain the peg of the $1. So differences is pretty much the problem that we have, but in pretty much in every stablecoin. But we try to utilize this problem to make it as like an arbitrage opportunity where this decentralized community members can actually keep it by actually profiting from it. So one can lose and win at the same time, but we provide so many opportunities so that it gives opportunity to win to everyone for them, which is participating in our protocol.
Cool. And would you like to add something for the summary? I will just show our guests, our audience also, that a part of the migration, we have the tutorial about our bridges and our EVM connection, how the users can move their assets between Ethereum and the Shiden network. So in the bridge section, you have direct links to AnySwap bridge and AnySwap router, and there is also tutorial how to move around between Ethereum and Shiden network through AnySwap bridges. And maybe will can users expect some other solutions on EVM bridges from standards, like not only AnySwap but something else in the future time? Any
Yep, we'll
alpha you
see
want to
many.
share?
Yep. We'll see pretty much many bridges in this AnySwap. So AnySwap has this network of many EVM compatible blockchains out there. And we try to introduce other blockchains as well to connect those blockchains for their shared liquidity across from us. So we pretty much expect to see uh, Akala and Astar and pretty much the other things. Yeah. And yeah, there are more things coming for us from other networks. Yeah. So stay tuned.
Yeah, and just some questions from maybe from audience as I look at the comments. Hubert was asking that to mint your stablecoin, we will have to put standard or the standard as collateral, or will we have more options? As you already replied, the users will have more options, and this all will be available to vote on our on a snapshot voting system. So maybe you can also say about something about that.
Yes, so we're actually really like a decentralized, like autonomous organization. So I cannot allow some assets to be collateralized alone. We have to go through the vote, and that's where Snapshot comes in. So yeah, every opinion in our protocol matters. So we will try to bring this governance using the standard so that those stakers of the standard can actually prove themselves they're actually the holder of our asset, right? So using the standard, people will be able to vote on the proposal to improve our protocol with the DAO system. Yeah.
So they will be able to stake and also vote with the standard, right?
Yes, this also prevents this investors selling out their tokens because without it, we can pretty much propose this proposal to lock up their, I don't know, balances, maybe like something like that. Anything is possible through DAO, and it comes from the standard. So yeah.
And will this be too much if I would say that we are also working on providing some opportunities how user will be able to benefit from like accrued rewards from the standard, and how and eventually will this be possible to collateralize underlying rewards of standard staking. But I know that you are researching the options for that, but we are thinking also about that, right?
Yes, we're thinking many ways to integrate our D standard. Yeah,
Great. So
need to provide reward to the holders. So yeah.
yeah, so users will be literally our standard holders are like the user who govern the protocol, because this is the governance token. The standard will be the governance token for the protocol, and also they in fact are getting rewarded from the 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 revenue which standard protocol is sharing with the users from the protocol earnings, right?
Yep, we do have protocol earnings. Not only we have a dividend from the DEX, we also have a dividend from stablecoin mechanisms. So people who stake standard will be able to have benefit from the liquidated assets. So we actually take the portion of the liquidated assets, such as like a 10%, so that we can provide those collected fees to those users in case of as like a dividend pool. So more fees will come as we implement more DeFi features throughout the dApps. Yeah, and who knows? It might be Parachain, or it might be Cosmos Network. Who knows? But yeah, stay tuned. Those updates will actually really come on pretty much next year or so. Yeah.
Yeah, and also in next year the standard will also try to secure the Kusama parachain spot.
I
Will
think
you?
so. Yeah. So definitely. We're trying to. So one of the venturing things that we're trying to do in Kusama is that what if Cosmos and Polkadot can connect together? So what I'm trying to do as a Tenderman fellow is to build a Cosmos blockchain that can be actually connected into a Polkadot, at least with the gravity bridge that they have been working on for like 3 years from now. Yeah. So I think the recent Cosmos is having a problem through the Ethereum bridge is that gas fees are really high right now. I mean, we just watched like how many have we spent right now just for the demo?
Well, like $600.
Oh my god. So yeah, I mean just think about it. There's no way those Ethereum bridge would work and people are pretty much tied to the Ethereum right now. So I think just
But this is ridiculous when you like want to add liquidity to on the Ethereum network. You have to approve the liquidity spent, approve the tokens, then add the liquidity and go add the liquidity tokens to farm. So it takes like around like $600, $700 for one operation when you want to stake. So this is like irrational. You can go with any swap router and take your liquidity to Shiden DEX and just pay like $400 for the transfer of the router, and then use the Shiden use the DeFi on Shiden almost feeless, right? So I think that when the people are gonna um, realize that we will have a lot of users joining the standard ecosystem and Shiden ecosystem also.
and yeah, hopefully like we become the standard of digital asset. Yeah. That's what we dream of, I guess. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that very exciting times before of us and in front of us, and then in front of our users, and also in front of Shiden ecosystem users when we are mostly which is mostly our home now, and where we will launch our stablecoin. So yeah, next is the stablecoin launch from like MVP product release. So users can expect like can users expect another network connection before the stablecoin launch, or stablecoin launch will be the biggest incoming event for standard?
So well It's quite complicated because launching on the other networks means postponing the stablecoin launch. But we see that Astar Builder Grant program submission is coming, so we're now kind of pushing ourselves to release the stablecoin now, and then pretty much focus on connecting into Astar, and then pretty much taking the place there. Yeah. So, but who knows? We might do something else, but our most priority now is pretty much submitting a grant for the stablecoin. Yeah.
Cool. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Hyung Suk, for your time and for explaining all that to our users. I hope that we presented all of the opportunities which Standard is delivering to Shiden holders and which will be delivering to Ethereum DeFi users, and all of those opportunities to scale from Ethereum to Shiden and Polkadot ecosystem. And we hope to see you all guys in our social channels. Like we invite you all guys to our Telegram, standard Telegram. So yeah, a lot of interesting things before in front of us, and then stay tuned. Support us, shield the standard on Twitter, and be the standard again, and start this journey with us.
All right. Thank you for having us, and we'll see you like in the
Yeah, we'll
future.
see you soon. Yeah, we'll see
Yeah.
you soon for sure with some exciting news. Thank you very much, guys, and then enjoy your rest of your day. Enjoy your afternoons. Thank you for your time. See you soon.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you.